Alex Poatan Pereira knocks out Jiri Prochazka in the second round in the opening seconds with a head kick to cap off UFC 303. And I did not get a prediction out for this fight, but this is the kind of result I expected. I did not expect Jiri to do any better and change the result of the first fight. I just wasn't sure how long he would be able to last, because here's the thing. Yes, Jiri Prochazka had a lot of success in the first fight. Yes, that was after a very long layoff and a horrible injury, but Prochazka, one of the things he does is tailor-made for Pereira, and that is he fights with his hands down around his waist. I mean, that is suicide against a guy like Poatan. And Poatan Pereira is such a naturally gifted athlete, and he's such an elite striker that he is going to do better once he has a read on you, because he knows your movements, he knows your instincts. And with Prochazka fighting with his hands down around his waist the entire time, I just thought this is only a matter of time until Jiri gets knocked out again. And from the first round, Prochazka was doing less of what I felt he should do, which is he abandoned his movement from the first fight. He wasn't bouncing around as much. And I don't know why that is, but it just seemed crazy to me that he wasn't moving around, because the way he was switching stances in the first fight made it more difficult for Pereira to land those leg kicks. And Prochazka, it made him a little bit more unpredictable. Therefore, he was able to push Pereira back, land the occasional overhand punch, and Pereira, as great a striker as he is, he has terrible defense because he just doesn't care about it. I mean, his defense is his offense. So when Prochazka was standing more in front of Pereira and not bouncing around as much, I just thought this fight's going to be over even quicker than I thought. And sure enough, Pereira tagged Prochazka in the first round several times with his left hook, and Prochazka was eating it, but I just thought, he's not going to keep eating it. He's going to go down at some point. And sure enough, in the closing seconds of the first round, he came forward and Pereira dropped him with a left hook, and he stared at Prochazka, and Prochazka tried to call him on, saying, I'm fine, come on, let's go. But he was definitely getting nervous. And by the way, these two had the longest stare down in history, where I think John Anik timed it at almost 4 minutes and a half seconds, or something crazy. I don't know. The stare down these two had was absolutely insane. You know, that stare down stuff, it's all well and good, but it doesn't really mean anything. The thing about Pereira is that this guy is just such an assassin. He's so incredibly talented. He's so devastating with every strike he throws. It's crazy. And the second round happens. I mean, there's not much more to say, or there's not much to say, period. It lasted 13 seconds. Pereira just landed a whipping high left round kick, which caught Prochazka on the side of the head perfectly, and the guy went down, and when Prochazka got up, he didn't know where he was. He was still wobbly. So I give Prochazka credit for getting back in there as soon as he could. He really wanted this rematch, and one of the talking points is that Pereira uses so-called magic, and I don't know about all that, but one thing I do know is that Pereira uses the skills of an assassin in there. He is so devastating. I don't know who's going to beat this guy. Now, we have to keep in mind, the light heavyweight division may be the weakest division of all. It's either that or heavyweight. When everybody was complaining about how weak the middleweight division was, which has gone to strength pretty impressively over the last couple of years. At the time, several years ago, I was thinking there's heavyweight and light heavyweight. Either one of these is incredibly weak. And Pereira to do this, I mean, he won his light heavyweight championship in November last year. We are in June, and he's already defended it twice with broken toes on his left foot, the one that he knocked out Jiri Prochazka with. I mean, we know who's next. It's got to be Magomed Ankalaev. But Pereira is well and due a break. He deserves some time off. So maybe that aligns perfectly with October. Maybe they'll get him in for November, December. Who knows? But I'm watching the post-fight interview now. Dana White's in there. Ari Emanuel's in there. What more can you say about this guy? Pereira is an OG. He is a legend. And yeah, I'm just going to keep repeating myself, but I'm so impressed with this guy. What a guy. What a guy. Let me know your thoughts down below. Did anybody expect Prochazka to win? I saw a lot of people picking Prochazka to pull off the upset, and I didn't think it was impossible, of course. This is MMA. I've been following it for a long time. But at the same time, I just thought, how is a guy who fights with his hands down around his waist going to beat a guy like Pereira, who has already had a chance to download the data, so to speak, understand your movements, understand your instincts, understand where you go, what moves you make at what particular times? That's not going to work. Again, you got to keep your hands glued to your chin against this guy. And even when you do that, like Jamal Hill did, you're still going to be open for that punch. So, yeah, drop your thoughts down below. Alex Pereira truly is one of a kind. Like the video and subscribe to the channel for more, guys. Catch you later.